Hi everybody! I hope you're all having a good day. I hope you're all smiling and enjoying your lovely day. In this following tutorial, I'm going to be showing you on all of the post-processing effects that you can do inside of VNyan. So let's go ahead and get started. So, right here when you click on menu, there is the effects tab where all the magic happens. So, right here, I'm going to go through these effects and I'm going to show you the cool stuff you can do. So let's start off with bloom. Bloom is basically where if you want some nice brightness to your character, basically, like let's say a little glow effect, you could be able to set that up basically. So let me go ahead and mess with things. Oh my, let's not hurt our eyes here. But basically, I recommend making sure, be very gentle with this thing. You might hurt your eyes if you're not careful enough. But basically, the intensity is what will help make the bloom greater or less, basically. The threshold will help ensure that, like, let's say if you need, without threshold, it will make the intensity, like, very, very sensitive. But if you have the threshold on for like a very big number, it makes it so the intensity is a little bit more harder to achieve. So I don't recommend making the threshold too high. Maybe probably in the middle or something like that. That way you can still have like some bloom, but at least it's easier to control basically. It's also nice if you just want your eyes to be glowing and not, basically like have that nice soft glow. Diffusion is nice if you want to have like the glow to be like like this. Do keep in mind though, for OBS, please make sure to set up, I believe it was pre-multiplied alpha for spout in order for the bloom, especially if you have your diffusion really high. Please make sure to set it up to be, pre-multiply so it kind of looks nicer. I believe that's the name of it. But basically though, I do recommend try not to have your diffusion too high because it may hurt people's eyes. So do be mindful with the bloom settings. Don't set it up too high. Do not hurt your audience's eyes, especially to those who have, eye stuff. So yeah, be very gentle with the bloom settings. Color intensity is really nice if you want basically the color to be more intense. So this is basically just intensity but more extreme. So just be very gentle with this one. But otherwise, I usually would have color intensity probably at 1. Oops, my bad, wrong button. I would probably have this set to 1, basically. And then you can have the intensity and such. Just basically mess it up with however you like. Maybe, actually, I'll probably have something like this, so at least like my, the eyes, my eyes can actually have a bit of that glow. So yeah, so these are basically the things I have for bloom basically. I said 1, but it ended up being like almost 3. But either way, you can set up accordingly. You can also use VC Face for reference if you had like VC Face post-processing effects basically. It's a little different though, because VNyan and VC Face kind of handles it differently, but it is the same post-processing stuff basically, so yeah. Alright, I'm just like kind of slightly adjusting it. Oh well. So yeah, you can adjust it accordingly. Heck, you can even change the color as well with the saturation. You can change it so like it's a blue color. Yay, blue! Or something like that. But yeah, set up however you want. Then what you're gonna do is we can go to color grading. This is definitely really nice, especially like if you change environments and such. And you can change it, you can basically do color correction basically. So I can set mine to be a warmer temperature. I can have the tint to be a little bit more pinkish or green. So you can just adjust it to however you want. Or you can have rainbow colors. You can do that. Saturation if you want to be more, you can have it like this, however you like basically, So you can do that. You can set up your brightness if you want to be bright or a little less, like basically like the lights, basically, if that makes sense. So yeah, so you can do that. I'll have mine like a little bit darker or a little bit bright. Yeah, this one. Then contrast will look like this. Set up to however you want basically. So yeah. So mess around with the settings however you see fit, and especially if you have an environment, you may want to adjust accordingly to the environment. This is definitely very good to mess with, so that way your avatar is much more suitable in a certain environment and lighting. Now, there's ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion is more preferred if you have a very realistic model. Now, because of the shader that I use, it's not gonna show up because I have a very complicated setup. I use Little Tune, but the way I set up my materials does not allow me to have ambient occlusion. But ambient occlusion, I'll probably edit a picture for an example of how it looks like. But basically, it's more preferred for realistic models if they want the extra shadows. If you're like I guess a semi-realistic anime model design or something, it could also be suitable. Or it kind of really depends how your model's made. Because there are stills like I wouldn't say like this is strictly for realistic models. I've seen some like really anime looking 3D models, and the ambient occlusion here, I had a friend who set this up in a certain way, and it ended up actually looking really like it added like a nice flair to the model. So I guess it's just kind of it depends, but commonly this will be used for realistic models. But there's at times it could be used for any style, really. It really just depends. It's more like you just want the extra shadow, so you can mess with this however you want, basically. Lens distortion is if you want a funny effect. So basically, if I were to set the intensity a little higher, and then, oh no, it can give you some funny effects. I am now the solar system. Okay, yeah, oh no. Yes, I apologize, but yeah, you're gonna have to mess with this a couple times. Let me try, like, yeah, let me just try and, like, mess with this setting. Yeah, just mess with it. Oh. Wow. So yeah, this is supposed to kind of give, like, that funny fish eye effect, basically. Oh, there you go. I'm seeing the effect now. Oh. Oh, there I go. There you go. Close. Yeah, there you go. You basically I'm just kind of, like, messing around with this, basically. There you go. Yeah, so I can look very pixelated. I kind of look like a fish eye view, basically. Wow. So yeah, let me see if this might be good. Yeah, there you go. So these are the things you would probably have if you want like that fish eye look. I guess it'll look like this, probably. Yeah, so basically just max out the top three, and then set your distortion scale to just 1 or something like that, and you can have this funny effect. And yeah, I'm a fish. So yeah, you could have this effect if you want to be funny with your chat. Be like, "Hi, chat." So yeah, so let's go ahead and deactivate that before I lose my marbles. Anyways, chromatic aberration. This is nice if you want to have like that chromatic look. Honestly, it's just adding that extra color to it. It really depends what style. It kind of gives like that retro style, I guess, or something like that. So I guess if you kind of want a little bit retro, you can have chromatic aberration, or I don't know. It just kind of really depends. Whatever seeks fit to whatever you like, basically. Then grain setting. I already have a grain filter on my model because of a screen space shader, but this one is a post-processing one. It's gonna be a little hard to see with my model, I think. Never mind, you actually can see it. So basically this one, if you want that film grain effect, like a TV, basically, you can do that. So you can just kind of mess with the settings, basically, here and such. Set it to colored, whatever you like. And yeah, basically just set it however you like, basically. You can now become a television. So yeah, you can see how I'm just messing with it. You can increase the intensity, grain settings, luminance, however you like. And then you can deactivate it. Analog glitch is basically where you have that, like those glitchy TVs, basically. That's basically what this is supposed to replicate. So if you kind of want to be like in like a TV or something like that, and have like that effect, then you can set this up. Do keep in mind though, be very careful. This can cause some issues with the eyes, however, so just be very mindful about that. But otherwise, you can have it to be like a shaky effect. I am I am now glitchy. So yeah. So you can set up however you like, but I will, I just so I don't hurt anybody's eyes, I'm not going to maximize the settings. But basically, what you can also do is digital glitch. Digital glitch is literally just this. Very fun digital glitch, like, oh my god, it's glitching. What's happening? The computer's being hacked. So yeah, so you can do that. Very fun effect. Wow. So yeah, you can have digital glitch here, and then binary. Binary is great if you want to have like, um, like those what was it? Those little retro games or something like that. So if you want to have like that sort of effect, you can set up like let me set it like this basically. Opacity. I'm gonna set the dither scale or dither type to let me look 8 or something like that. But yeah, you can set it up to however you like basically. I'm just kind of showing you an example. You can set up somewhat like this basically. Wow. So yeah. So if you want to have like again the retro look or something like that, you could do that. I think also you probably would have to mess with your color grading. That might help a little bit on making it look a little nicer if you like. But however you want basically. Let's go ahead and disable that. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and zero that out. Now that we set up our little effects here, probably for our default effect, what if we want to have it? Because I'm sure you don't want to have, or maybe some of you guys might want it, but what if you want to have it where the binary is like a toggle? Let's say a channel point redeem, right? Let me show you how to set that one up. So basically, what we're going to do, right, is we're going to go to node graph right here. Then we're going to make a new graph right here. And then what we're going to do is you're going to click on channel point. Either channel point, or you could do YouTube command or kick, whatever you like. But we're going to focus on Twitch as an example, basically. And what you're going to do, right, is you are going to then, you can scroll all the way down here in the action nodes until you find the post-processing related effects right here. Let's say, for example, we want to have it where the binary is our, will be a channel point basically, right? Just an example. You can go ahead, I will set it up according to what I've had it as. So like right here, you can have it like that. And send the signal, and we can have it doing the binary. Do keep in mind though that by default, if you just set up like this, it will not automatically turn off. I will leave a screenshot right here on an example node that I recommend you can copy so you can have it as a timer. Or what you can do is check out my beginner VNyan node graph, which basically literally takes all these effects, right, and much more, and basically turns them into channel points, and you can just reuse it however you want. So you can check out that node graph if you like. But otherwise, though, this is an example of what you can do. So you can set up a channel point, set up a timer, and all that. So the timer can make this last for a certain amount of time and such. And like I said, with the screenshot I provided, it should give you an example of how to set up the timer. But basically, you can do binary, you can do, let's say, a bloom effect or something like that. However you want, but this is basically where you can be able to set up toggles and other cool things, or even a chromatic aberration channel point redeem if you really want that. So set up the channel point. Whoa, I'm in the 5th dimension. So yeah, but again, like I said, follow again, I'm gonna pull up the screenshot one more time right there. I heavily recommend, please check out use this sort of template I am providing you. Just replace, so where the effect that I'm showing here, just replace it with whatever you want. And like I said, check out the beginner node graph if you want a pre-existing download. So like if you want all the like almost a lot of redeem stuff like pre-existing for you, just download it. It's free, and it'll help you out. So yeah. But that's in a nutshell like what you could do. You could do it with channel points, you can do it with hotkeys, or you can have it where hype train. You can do that, whatever you want. It's really just a matter of experimenting basically. And that's pretty much in a nutshell how you could do like the effects. Also, there are some extra effects that VNyan provides that are not mentioned in the effects here. For example, negative image. Negative image is, you know, like how negative Mickey is. Basically, you can have it like this. Actually, let me set this to 0.2 and send the signal here. Actually, I'm gonna set this to 1 right here. So I could be negative, Kana. Oh no! So yeah, you could do that. So there's that effect that's not in here. Maybe it might be added in the future, but there is a node for that. You can also, there's a lens dirt effect here as well, which is really nice. Let's see. So let me duplicate this, do that, and let me like lower the threshold, saturation, intensity. Let's say I want to do that, and you can have like a lens dirt effect basically. It's a little, yeah. Oh my god, I think it's supposed to have like the shape of me for some reason. I don't know, but hey, you can have lens dirt basically. Really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. So you can have that. You can also have pixelation, rainbow even. I'm just showcasing these other effects here that are not in the effects tab. These are ones that are in nodes, so I can point them out. There's even depths of field right here, right? And yeah, and there's the other ones, of course, but they're already up here. But let me showcase the other ones here just so you see how they look like. So here, so pixelation can look something like this. Pixel. Then you can have rainbow, like that. And then, of course, you can have the vignette here. So you can have it like 0.3. So you can have like a very like a cinematography look or a spooky look, like spooky VNyan stream. Yeah, you can do that. And you can even set it as a toggle, like a hotkey. And then of course depth of field, which is heavily recommended to use with a world. So let me go ahead and load a nature world here. Awa awa. And you can have it where the focus bone could be like the hips or something like that. Aperture, focal length. And you can click on send signal and just kind of experiment however you like basically. So let me like max the frick out of these. Yeah, and you can see like the background is like now blurry basically. So again, this gives like a very cinematography look. Oh my god, the campfire. So yeah, that basically in a nutshell what I just showed here in the node graph and then what I showed right here are basically the effects that VNyan offers, so that way you can have a very cinematic and dynamic look to your streams. So yeah, definitely mess around with it, and like I said, check out the beginner node graph or whatever the example screenshot I shared, so that way you can be able to make them into redeems or just simple toggles really. You can do that. And yeah, overall, just have fun with your effects, explore, and just have a blast, basically. And yeah, if you have any other questions regarding VNyan, please join the VNyan Discord server in the description below, so you can ask more questions and even download some free VNyan resources so you can use it on your very own streams as well. And with that being said, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye! Thank you to all my Snowflake members. In case you don't know, I have YouTube membership, so if you want to further support this channel and what I do, then feel free to join the Snowflake members. Otherwise though, just your support means so much to me and I appreciate every ounce of it. Either way though, with that being said though, hey, bye bye everyone! I hope to see you guys next time, okay? Bye bye!